So critical skills required for finance business partners are basically starting with attitude. And it's not a routine job. You could do that sitting in the corner of an accounting department. You have to deal with the people. And when you deal with the people, you have to have a lot of energy and passion. So passion for business. If you are not really passionate about business, you may not do a good job. Courage to take a stand on ethics. It's not really supporting, it's really telling the truth. There would be times when you have to stand up and say this is not right, or you don't agree based on your professional authenticity and background. And also, you should not be tied up in the routine work. Your focus should be business partnering. So that in terms of the attitude or the requirement, business knowledge, very critical. You have to have a very good level or depth of knowledge about the business. Some professionals I have seen, they become a little overwhelmed that, look, I'm an accounting finance professional. You want me to learn business. How much business could I learn? I cannot become a marketing expert or operational expert or logistics expert. You're right. You don't need to be, but you need to have an operational awareness. So you need to really start your understanding top down. You start learning business strategy, and that would really help you to look or give you a very good overview of the operational different departments. You don't need to work in the marketing, but you need to work with the marketing, and that is why you need some awareness of those functions. And then, of course, the technical knowledge, accounting, financial, regulatory, it's not as much required, but some background. And I think most of you have those background. On the leadership side, communication skills are very, very critical. Communication includes not only just communication, but telling and explaining the number through stories, not really like many people just using PowerPoints and reading the slides. As a presenter, you don't need to read the slides. People could do it better than you. You are basically supposed to explain the stories behind the numbers. That's one. Written communication and communication also include your influence and negotiation. When it comes to the verbal communication or conversation skills, it has to be an element of influence and negotiation. Relationship management, empathy is the first requirement. Should be politically smart. And also, if it is an international environment, you need to be culturally sensitive. And I think most of the people working in the Middle East or other locations have that ability. Analytical skills, again, broadly, not about the tools, but general skills. And professional judgment. Now, that's a difficult to define, but that's a level of maturity you develop after you working in the function and working with the business for several years, and you deal with a lot of people, and basically then you develop the level of maturity where you could use professional judgment and share it with your business partners. So this is a broader list of critical skills required for the finance business partner role. Among these skills, let me emphasize the number one critical requirement is understanding the business, the foundation of business partnering. And that is the area where most of us really lack. When we are blamed for lack of business acumen, that is true to a great extent. With a lot of exceptions, that is true. That unfortunately, we did not find much opportunities in our academic, professional, or even in practice, because many people working practically, even for 10 years, if you have remained confined within the boundaries of finance and accounting, you didn't have a chance to learn business much. As I said, that whether you have been able to develop good knowledge of business or not, start with the business strategy. Learning business strategy, that's one thing, because you cannot really go one by one each function and learn marketing. That would not really work. So start with the strategy, and also not only about the company or within the company strategy, but the competitive environment, in which environment or which industry your business operates. Number two, the way you learn business knowledge or understand business is talking to the business managers. Again, if you have remained confined in accounting, you didn't have a much chance. You need to talk to the marketing people, general management business people, operations people, sales people, and that would give you a lot of depth in understanding your business. And then third option is that you could research. There is a lot of information available depending which industry or which company you work internally and externally. And you need to find time to really develop that knowledge. My favorite approach to really understand business deeply is to use business models. And I'll share with you a couple of examples. This is a description of a business model. So if you didn't have a chance to really look deeply into the business and you get worried that where do I start, this is a model. So you look at this model, and this model really facilitates your thinking and understanding. So you start from the center, customer value proposition. And I suggest you that while you are looking at this chart, item by item, think of your business you have been working for several years and try to answer this question: what is the customer value proposition of your business? If you could answer, probably you have a good understanding. If you cannot answer, you don't have the good understanding of the business. And customer value proposition is basically a simple question: why the customer should buy your company's product or services. So that's the first thing you need to understand about your business. Then item by item, component by component, answer this: that who are the customer your business is serving? That's the customer segments. How your company or business really maintains a good relationship with your customers. What are the market channels the business reach to your customers? And what is the revenue stream? How the company make a revenue? The beauty of this model is that when you look at this picture and you try to answer one by one these questions, you develop a good level of understanding. Another very critical concept of business in today's time is value creation, how your business create value. Successful businesses of today have learned that the best way to create shareholders value is first creating customer value, right? And how do you create customer value? Your employees create value. So three stakeholders: employee, customer, shareholders. There is a logic, there is a flow of value creation. If employee creates value, then customer get value, and customer can create value for shareholders. Now, employees cannot do that alone in isolation. Employees also need enablement. So on the left side, look at the technology, systems, infrastructure, processes. Those help employees to do their job. On the other side is the leadership of the organization, is the culture of the organization, which also help them. So now you see that all components on this simple chart are very much connected. So you could say that, look, I'm the senior accountant or I'm the accounting manager, and all this talk really is very interesting. But what could I do? Well, wherever you are, in whatever position you are working, these are the few tips I'm sharing you can start doing right now. Get involved in business issues and develop relations with people outside finance. That's a starting point. So if you're a chief accountant or a controller or AR, AP, whatever, you do have a chance to interact with the business people, right? Get involved, take interest in those issues. Nobody would stop you. If you see an issue, go to other people outside finance, talk to them, try to resolve their problem. That's a starting journey for your business partner role. Number two, volunteer. Try to volunteer for cross-functional projects. If there is a project going on, people normally hide or run away from that. I'm very loaded with work, I don't have time. Well, that's your opportunity. If there is a cross-functional project or teams doing something, join them. You need to get out from the confinement of finance and accounting departments or functions. If you have enough seniority, like you're a financial controller or finance director, or see yourself, if you could initiate the implementation of a business tool like balance scorecard or activity-based costing or value chain analysis, do it. And that is how I really progressed and sped up my career all over my career, life and career, doing these initiatives, because these are very powerful ideas. And if there is an ERP implementation going on, SAP or any other ERP, try to get involved into it. That's a fantastic opportunity to really expose yourself to the senior management and the other people outside finance. And always demonstrate a professional personality and a personal brand. As I said, it's your personal marketing. That journey is continuous. So you need to continue to do that. And learn, please. This is very critical, crucial. Learn business strategy and develop leadership skills on a fast track. If you think that you're already learning, probably that's not enough. You need to speed up. You need to speed up and look for a mentor or a coach to speed up your journey.